Merton, bienvenida a la caja de música, es un placer enorme, pero quedan pocas horas, dentro de escasamente 8 horas vas a presentar tu música en directo en nuestro país a través de la mano de los 40. ¿Hay nervios, responsabilidad, emoción?
I'm not nervous yet. I'm more excited now. I'll be nervous later, but no, I'm really happy actually that we get to do this because Los 40 started playing my music very, very early. I saw it on Twitter all the time. I was getting linked in their Twitter feeds, and it's nice that it's now happening, that I get to be here in person and perform.
Son días de muchas emociones para ti. Hace poco en Italia recibiste un maravilloso reconocimiento. ¿Qué esperas de un público tan especial como el español, que ha recibido siempre tu música de una manera muy, muy especial?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping to expect people who want to have a good time and like listening to music. But it's hard. If you've never played in the country before, you never know what to expect. So I'm open.
Te quiero devolver de nuevo a Times Square. Tú hace unos días pusiste un tuit que te parecía muy surrealista verte en las grandes pantallas de allí. ¿Te has recuperado ya de esa sensación de verte en el centro neurálgico de la música en Estados Unidos?
It was very surreal. It was one of the coolest feelings I've ever had, and I'm sad that I didn't get to be there live in person, because I would have loved to just stand in front of that poster or the big billboard and just be like, oh my God, that's me. But yeah, no, I feel honored that Spotify wanted to do that, and it's becoming real.
Tu vida tiene una mezcla entre Londres, Alemania, Estados Unidos. ¿Todo eso se ve reflejado, toda esa fusión musical se ve reflejada en tu manera de contar las canciones?
I think it is reflected in my music, especially in the lyrics of, talking about not knowing where I belong. Sound-wise, I think it's reflected, but I'm not sure how. I think every country has influenced the sound in a certain way, but I can't tell you how, because I don't understand why I choose certain sounds and why I choose certain styles. It's something it just happens.
No Roots es un sonido muy directo, sencillo aparentemente, pero con una producción rotunda, ¿no? que se queda, que llega. ¿Cómo es el paso para ti del disco al directo? Es decir, ¿cómo es lo que vamos a conocer en ese directo de Alice Merton?
I try and make it even more exciting on stage. So even if the production's kind of like dancing now on stage, in every song I try and make that even more, I give it like 10% or 20% more. I love being energetic on stage. I love dancing. I love feeling the music. It's very important to me to be able to feel it.
En este punto de la conversación quiero llevarte a tu infancia. Quiero que me recuerdes, si puedes, ¿cuál fue tu primer recuerdo musical?
I started playing piano when I was very young, so I started when I was 5, but it was always learning other people's pieces, and it was learning by the book. So the first time I felt very intimate with music on a writing perspective was when I was 16 and I picked up a guitar that I'd never learned before and started writing songs. And it was nice to learn an instrument without rules. So picking up something and just creating something out of nothing and just experimenting with different chords and different strings, and that was for me a very intimate thing.
¿Te imaginas por un momento que en vez de estar yo sentado aquí estuviera esa niña que aprendía a tocar el piano, que estaba sentada delante de su piano? ¿Cómo le explicarías a esa niña cómo es cumplir un sueño, tener más de 70 millones de visitas en YouTube, haber sido espectacularmente el número 1 en muchos países? ¿Cómo le explicarías a esa niña que tú has cumplido un sueño?
I would tell my other self, the younger self, that it's very difficult to process because you don't realize what's going on. So it's important that you take the time and moments to actually go through what happened at night or whenever you have time, and that it's a lovely feeling. It's an amazing, incredible feeling, but it's difficult to understand. So it's a mix. On the one side, you're really happy, but on the other side, you don't understand what's going on.
Alice, tú has dicho que el proceso es largo, es dificultoso, porque triunfar cuesta muchísimo, pero ¿has tenido la tentación de rendirte alguna vez? Y si lo has hecho, ¿qué te hizo agarrarte a seguir hasta aquí?
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I feel like I'm not good enough. I mean, even now, there are a lot of moments when I'm in the studio and I think to myself, I'm not good enough. I'm never going to write a great song again. So yeah, I think that's normal to have that. But at the end of the day, you have to remind yourself that you're not doing this to write hits. I'm not doing this to write hits. I'm doing this to write music that I love and music that helps me understand certain things in life. So yeah.
Hay un sonido que para mí es muy curioso de los artistas antes de subir a un escenario, que es el sonido del silencio. Para ti, ¿cómo es esos segundos antes de salir a un escenario y siguen los pasos antes de salir, ¿no? De esas escaleritas que vas subiendo antes de salir? ¿Cómo son esos segundos previos antes de abrazar o que el público conozca tus canciones?
How do I feel?
Yeah, what are the sensations on the way to the stage, coming from the backstage to the stage?
It depends how we prepare for the show. So sometimes I'll share a dressing room with my whole band and with my sound engineer, and there's like 10 guys and me. And I actually kind of like that because I feel like I'm not alone, and sometimes I'll have my own room and I'll need a little bit of quiet or peace just to focus. So it really depends. Sometimes I'll need that like 10 minutes of just being completely by myself to focus on what's going on, what's about to happen. But I also it's more fun when you're with other people preparing for the show and just feeling like more of a group.
Efectivamente, porque en ese proceso tu música, después de analizarla, de verla, de escucharla, creo que tiene algo muy importante, que es tan importante la historia que cuentas y cómo la cuentas, es decir, el ritmo y la historia, ¿no? Ese equilibrio tan difícil entre la historia y la música. ¿Buscas precisamente en tus canciones buscar ese equilibrio?
I don't know how it happens, but when I hear certain words, I immediately know what it should sound like. So with No Roots, I knew it had to be upbeat. It had to be very uplifting and energetic. I wanted to have choirs shouting roots. And I wanted it to be a song that you feel good about. And with different songs, so with other songs, I don't understand why, but I hear what it should sound like. So for me, words sound like music. And I like putting them, so I take the words then and create the sound around it.
Ya, por último, Alice, creo que tú eres, precisamente, lo hemos hablado antes, el fiel ejemplo de que alguien que persigue su sueño con talento, con trabajo, con sacrificio, lo puede conseguir. ¿Qué le dirías a todos aquellos que tienen una historia que contar, que tienen una canción que contar, que tienen una música que describir? ¿Qué les dirías a todos aquellos para que sigan persiguiendo un sueño y un día nos lo encontremos aquí?
I would tell them that there's going to be a lot of people who tell them what their music should sound like or what their dream should sound like or if they can or can't do it, and that they shouldn't listen to that, because I think it's very important that you listen to what you feel and what you think is right. But it's also still important to get feedback. Feedback is very, very important, and you can't be too focused on just your opinion. You have to be very focused on accepting people's feedback, but also still knowing the line of when to say, this is what I want, and this is what's better for me. So I think, and then deciding if what people say is that really what you want to accept. So that's very important. I would tell them that, and I would also tell them to find the parts of themselves that make them different, and accentuate that. So really focus on the parts that make you as a person or as an artist different. Find that and put that out there. And don't let anyone stop you.
Alice, descubrirte es sorprenderse y sorprenderse es apreciar tu trabajo. Gracias por ser diferente y no olvides que a partir de esta noche el público español hará de tus canciones, esas que un día fueron sueños, los suyos propios. Gracias, Alice, y bienvenida a la Caja de Música.
Aw, thank you very much. Thank you. Cool.
Correcto.